piercing thunder rolled over us, and then, in the blanching light of the flashes, we all saw the silhouette of an island. The captain cursed, and I must say that in all my years I've never seen a rattling turn pale. He ignored the compass and trusted only his instincts as he tried to navigate our way out of the labyrinth of deadly rocks. I stayed on the quarter deck, my eyes riveted on the island and what I could make out upon it, and watched as it slowly sank back into the mists. The pulling in my mind recessed into minor tugs, and I sensed a frustration in them. It was then that I realized what I had seen. The mythical Isle of Nex. The strange structures I saw on the island are perplexing to my mind. Surely some of them were made by the natives, now long lost to the mist of time, for they seemed to be partly in ruins. But the seamen eagerly told me tales of other seafarers who claimed to have seen more recent, grander constructions towering above the trees. With the natives and the priestesses of Nex long gone, who built these structures the seafarers speak of, and why? The seamen believe that the isle is cursed. I say guarded by strong magics, since no ship sailing close to the island has ever returned. Perhaps the ancient statues reported by the few survivors of shipwrecks are there to guard the secrets of the island until some unknown construction work is complete. Perhaps the careful usage of high magic would enable us to dispel the shields and grant us entrance to the island. Perhaps the king's endless thirst for knowledge could finally be quenched. Perhaps. I'm torn in two by my thoughts. I sensed a great magic protecting the island to keep strangers away, and at the same time I felt like something was inviting and pulling me towards the island. The image of the isle haunts my mind's eye, its strange allure almost, but not quite dormant. I need to report this to the king and study the old scrolls to see whether there is something more to be learned of the island. Alaras.
So where we want to go is here. This is the rat's nest. It's very near to the switch of nothing actually that we had from earlier. But you'll also notice just near us in the secret passageway we just opened, over on the right, is actually another little area. This isn't a huge branch of the dungeon, but you will find here some food, you'll find some stuff to create a potion, and you'll find a note. Now the note says, I can see the shrine right beneath here. I wish I had packed more provisions. Well, right beneath here is actually where the Shrine of the Glutton was. And this hole that you can see here, which this guy, whoever he was, came here at some point. He was looking into the shrine, but he couldn't get there. All this is a hint on how to get through the Shrine of the Glutton. The idea of packing more provisions, he needed more food, right? He needed more to be able to get, and he didn't have the 3 pieces, and so he was unable to make it. And ultimately, I guess he moved on. But I also thought there was a secret in here too. Maybe we unlock this later. For now, though, I guess we'll just progress forward. And if there is, don't you guys worry, we'll absolutely get it. Alright, so back through the save sphere. Then the rat's nest was always very close to the save sphere by just coming over here to the left and through. Now, we are 3 out of 4 power gems. The final gem is in the rat's nest. Now, because we've leveled a bit more, we've got a fair bit more at our disposal now. We can feel a lot more comfortable blowing these rats up. So we'll bring this guy around this corner. We'll cast this straight away. Sannon's in the front, which really he didn't need to be, but he took the first few the first few attacks, and that's fine. If we get in any serious danger, we can just sleep the one ratling that's in front of us. His friends won't be able to climb past him, and we'll be perfectly fine. So Lotopatho, you see, actually taking a few hits, but he's still okay health-wise. I'm not going to bother with any health potion on Sannon here. We can always go to the bow staff. And you'll notice already, like, you see it. You can feel the difference, a massive difference. Just in how much easier these guys are to kill than the previous one we were fighting. We're going to be in darkness here because of the bow staff, but that's fine. Maybe we'll send this guy to sleep and then cook ourselves a potion up. I don't think that's particularly smart, though. I should have. Oh, no, I can't believe I was saying how easy it is, and then we died. The cool thing here, though, is if you do the rat's nest last, you can just keep spamming back to the crystal here. Well, I guess you could do that anyway, because the secret passage that opens doesn't really aid you in that way. But I would really recommend, if there's a crystal nearby, you may as well use it. Yes, it can become costly on food, where you're constantly resting to wait for it to reappear. But this general notion of res rushing, it works, right? If you're in an Iron Man playthrough, it can be a lot harder. But at the end, it's putting our energy up too, so we can even just start casting fire. Kill these guys super quick. Three rattlings burst out at you straight away. This is one of the earliest places you could have come in the dungeon. Would have been very dangerous. If you take a right, you'll find a secret and probably some of my favorite loot here. There's a cudgel, which I'm not going to bother with. That's like a medium weapon with just a bash attack. It's generally not very good. But here you will find, obviously, some wargs behind a gate there. But you should be able to find... Where the heck is it? I guess maybe we have to come back here in a second. Wow, okay, sure. There's definitely something that opens up here. I'm pretty sure that gate that we're stood next to does open up, but it must be timed to something later on. Because when I was playing this on my own, when I returned here at the end of the dungeon, there was a secret, and it's a really cool secret. So remember that this place exists. It's just taking a right after you get through the main doorway with the rat's nest, which is there. This is just another dead end. Our torch is running out. A little bit scary. Is that a torch on the wall back here, or is that just a lantern? It's a lantern. Sure. If you guys found the game a little bit nauseating normally, it can be super nauseating when you're underground. Oh, there's a rattling over there. Oh, no, or is it a warg? I think it's a warg. Yeah, it's definitely a rattling, and he's asleep now, so we're okay. We'll poison him, start attacking him as quickly as possible. Soon, Loto Patho will be able to have Light Weapons 3, and he'll unlock a new ability on the Backbiter that allows him to suck health from his enemies. But here, you see he's getting a little bit low, so I don't need to risk that. We'll put Sanon in front. Sanon's well suited to being in the front at this point, and we can just keep attacking with him from behind. We are in darkness, I appreciate that. Hopefully you guys can just squint for a little while. Your eyes do eventually adapt to the darkness, and it's done really subtly. It's done in such a way you feel like it's your eyes IRL that are adapting, but they're not. It's not that at all. It's the game. Ah, finally, good. Another... Oh god, and that sounds scary. We're going to throw that on the floor. Grab this. Alright, more wargs. I guess we'll have to deal with these. So when it's called the nest, I kind of wonder, is it the nest because of the rattlings, or is it the nest because of the wargs in here? Maybe it's the nest because of both. Who knows? Overall, Jonker, you know, he's just a nice sturdy guy. He's not randomly getting spiked down. But later on, you know, it'll become harder to have him potion up. You can tell this guy's already scared because he's running away. Oh, he's already low on health. Later, it will become a lot harder to have Jonker potion up. Now, here's one of the cool things I can show you guys about Loto Patho. He's a lizard man, okay? So lizard men naturally get stuff that helps them be rogues. You know, they're kind of more evasive. They have more dexterity. But also, you get to choose traits in this game. I cut out a lot of the character create in episode 1. One of the traits that I chose for him is a lizard man exclusive trait called Endure Elements. And this means that years spent living in the wilderness have made me resistant to all forces of nature. So even though he has low health, he's actually quite resistant to many of these things too. There's another lizard man trait that means you have twice potency on any potions that they drink. They're twice as effective. And you regenerate health just really quickly, naturally. But that comes at the cost of being a little bit more hungry. And I didn't really want that. I wanted Jonker to be the hungry guy because he's our farmer. So that was kind of the thinking that went behind there. Anyway, we can rest. It seems like we're pretty safe right now. Yeah, there's wargs around, but they can't really get to us. And we're in another little bit of a puzzle here. There's a warg behind there. There's a potion here, an energy potion. Thank God, Sanon really needed one of those. We'll just put it in his inventory for now. We can, just like in Grimrock 1, drink potions directly out of the inventory. It's just, it's nice to have the weapon swap. I think that was a really big improvement. And there is the final orb. But how do we get to it? Well, that thing looks certainly quite scary. Over here, we have a door. We have a button. We have a throwing knife. I guess we can keep it. And a trapdoor under us. This says, be quick. So, what happens if we press the button? The door opens. Up. But we fall to our death. And, well, not to our death. Our near death. There are a ton of wargs in here. This is not an easy room. As with many of the trapdoors, you want to be very careful. But we're more suited to fighting the wargs now, and thankfully not many of them saw us. You can quickly get surrounded. Always try and get your back to some wall somewhere. Some of you guys who watched the original Grimrock, I know you're out there. There's quite a few of you actually. You might remember there was a really crazy secret in that game. Do you remember with the arena? Towards the end? That's basically how I treat most of these trapdoors. You want to corner yourselves so that someone... God damn it. See, we're crippled here because we have an injury. It's kind of hard to chase them down. You want to get to the corner somehow so that someone is very well protected. Like if I'm in this corner here, no one can actually hurt Tikrit, not until they've killed everyone else, and that can save your life. Only 3 wargs? No, there you go. There's another one. And we could, you know, we could full on range this guy here. Throw the dagger here as well. Another thing comes out. And we blow him up. Wow, that was close. Jonker was very close to dying there. That ratling was, that warg was not stopping attacking either. I'm so glad. And we're full on food. And Sanon just leveled again. So, what do we want to put him in? How about concentration 2? And I'll show you guys that new spell after we rest in a second. There is a potion on this wall called the Rage Potion. So again, the game's kind of introducing to us many of the different types of potions here. This one says that this potion has a sulfurous stench, and this thing, I believe, just makes you do tons of damage. I haven't actually drank that on any file yet that I've played yet. So, you know, you could drink all of these things in a pinch, and these are examples of what alchemists can do when they're a little bit better. Here you find a second blowpipe in this secret, and another dart. The dart is really what we're interested in, so we now got 7 of them. Very unlikely to run out. Actually reminds me as well, earlier I found a new ingredient I never talked to you guys about. This mudwort. So this uncommon herb can be found underground and sometimes in damp, shadowy places above ground. The roots of mudwort have an exceptionally strong grip and they are used to treat snake bites. Warriors commonly chew on the roots as it's said to improve their vitality. Okay, well, that sort of seems suggestive that maybe we'll find some poison soon, but, you know, we also got this frostbite necklace, and this gives us cold resist. Nothing in the game is going to give us cold damage for a long time. Some people are going to say, oh, that's kind of weird, that's kind of random, and I can see that argument. I can also see the realism argument, though, that we are just adventurers on an island, and we're just going to have to find stuff, and it's not useful to us now, maybe, but if we hold on to it, if we equip it, it might be useful later. We are full on food, so let's feed Jonker here. Let's rest. Heal ourselves back up. We'll feed him again. We'll feed Sanon here, because Sanon was pretty hungry there too. And then we'll feed him again to level him up. There you go, nice. I love the control you get over leveling a farmer. It's so cool. So again, we get to assign another skill point. Well, I'm going to go critical again, just because I haven't found any particularly exciting heavy weapons just yet. The other option would be athletics. This gives us more health, but so far he's actually been okay with surviving. So let's go critical. The other one maybe would be accuracy. Maybe you think that he's not hitting enough. There's too many misses going on. That would be a good idea. Another bloodroot cap here, and ultimately there's no secrets in here beyond those. Again, this is designed so that if you fall in the trap, you're going to have to fight to survive. They won't let you flee straight away. You gotta... Oh god, wait, why was that already closed? You gotta find the switches. Oh, I guess we've got to pull both, right? There's 2 switches in the room. Oh, wow, what? And the door? I don't remember any of this, guys. What the heck? Oh, right, no. Okay, yeah, you need to pull this lever. It opens the door. No, it doesn't open the door. What is this? And then the door lets you through to the teleporter? How am I locked in? This is crazy. What the heck? I never realized I would be locked in here. I have nothing special written in my notes about how you get out. I just thought you climbed out. What? Oh, God. Well, some of you guys really wanted this, series to be blind. You say, oh, Grimrock is a game of discovery, and that's so true. Well, here you go. My main qualm with it, though, the main reason I like to play games like this and know what I'm talking about, is because otherwise this is what you get to see. You get to see me running around, looking for hidden switches on walls, or missing something that's blatantly obvious, and it just makes you scream at the screen. And personally, when I watch videos, that doesn't annoy me. That annoys me quite a lot. It doesn't annoy me very much. What am I talking about? What the heck? The door's shut? How do we get out, guys? The game hasn't bugged, does it? No, I just heard that open something. I did just hear that open something. What did that open? What did the switch open? It opened the door! What? What? I'm so... No, don't even get me started. Another potion, and there we go. Yes, we're out. It's lovely. Pretend that didn't happen. However, that doesn't really help us that much. I mean, it sort of helps us, but we want to get the orb. How do we get through that door? It opened, and then it just plummeted us to our death. Or attempted to. Well, it says be quick. With this foot injury, we can't be very quick. So, what I'm going to do is mosey on back to the save crystal. I kind of want to look and see if this secret's opened up as well. Ah, yes, maybe it has. Look, there's 2 wargs in here now. Hello, where did you guys come from? Do you just open up in an attempt to ambush me, and then you forgot how to ambush me? Is that what happened? It's kind of cool that Sanon's just been on the front so much now. I didn't really envisage it to be so much like that. Oh, more sausage. Lovely. More meat. Nom, 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 nom. And an egg. Eggs are perfect things to just feed your farmers. Like, they're only going to give people a little bit of satiation anyway. You may as well just convert it into experience. Ah, and I see you there. So one thing I was going to show you guys as well was, we're going to swap that because that looks a little bit dangerous. Just because these guys can suddenly attack so quickly. There we go, that's fine. One thing I was going to show you guys is that new concentration spell. I promise you, we'll just try and use it somewhere. Actually, screw it. Yeah, we'll use it somewhere after we've hit the save crystal. So this opened up, but ultimately there was nothing in here. That's fine. That wasn't what I was most concerned with. So we're coming back to the entrance to the Ratway now. And another walk has been released. I think these guys are just here to catch you out on your trip back, right? You're dangerous, you're wounded. Maybe you did manage to collect that orb. You totally could have. Here, we'll feed Loto Patho there. That's fine. And you just want to leave. But you got to ask yourself this question. Where did these enemies come from? And it turns out they came from in here. And so this is where the warg was released from. And here you'll notice there's now a secret button we have access to. This is the secret. There we go. Clever how they do this. So you can't get this on the first trip through. You got to examine it on your way back. This is a rogue vest. This is amazing, okay? Current thing, protection +2, the Zaffi rogue, right? This thing gives us protection +5 and dex +1. Perfect for Loto Patho. A vest made from a material that seems to blend into the surrounding shadows. And again, you can find like a full rogue set of armor, which again will be a goal of ours as we continue to play. Great secret. Enjoy it very much. And now all that's left is to hit that save crystal. We're right near the entrance to the rat's nest, as you can see. And I'll see you guys back over at that place. We've got to be quick, whatever that means. Oh, that feels so good. I'll tell you, I hate the leg injury sound. Well, I don't hate it. I love to hate it. The leg injury sound in this game, it's like a sloppy kind of grinding, fleshy, bloody sound. Oh my god, it sounds horrible. If anyone's ever like not that I've done this, but if you like break a leg and then you have to like walk on it, oh god, it's like you're completely dislocated, fractured, shattered your shin bone or something, and you're walking on it, and it's making this gruesome sound every step, but you grit your teeth and bear through it. Oh god. All right, so now we can be quick. Well, we know that this trap door is going to open on us, so what we're going to want to do is get off of this very quickly. So let's try it. And now this is closing. And we got hit behind. Now, so something shoots a poison bolt at us. I actually thought getting hit by the bolt would close the door instantly and we'd fail again. I was going to demonstrate something to you guys. But we got hit by something, so we didn't quite do that perfectly. Regardless, we managed to get the fourth and final orb. Oh, what an adventure. Look at this map. Look at the huge dungeon we've got under the Twig Root tunnels. But we are now done with it. We've explored pretty much everywhere. Got pretty much every secret. That's the last little room there, which we'll check out in just a second. How do we get out? Well, there's another button. It will do the same thing in reverse, so be careful. The poison bolt will come, and now you want to run through. Now, if you want to get through in the first place without taking any damage, you want to do this. Press the button, move to the right twice, move back. It will fire the bolt, and then you follow the bolt into the room. And then you can get in without taking any damage at all. Now that we've got the orb, this little door here opened up. It did release a warg. It's got some fish in it for us. Lovely pool is nice and cool to catch a fish, so juicy sweet. And once we've done that, it's not technically a secret. I'm pretty sure now, guys, we have done everything in the dungeon. I cannot recall, at least from my notes, anywhere that we may have missed. So our goal now is, I think the devs really might have expected you to come to the rat's nest first. As I say, I think it's a little bit too dangerous for that. So I came here second. And now, what we want to do is just backtrack to the save crystal. Now, we're going to go to the save crystal, and then we're going to go into the secret passage we opened adjoining to the save crystal. I went the wrong damn way. Whoops. We're going towards the trickster room there. We're going to go into the secret passage adjoining to the save crystal. And you remember there was that extra room there with a staircase leading up. Here, I'll show you guys the new spell we learned. Barrier. Now that is sealed off that area of the dungeon completely. We cannot go through there. Very cool. Can't even shoot through it. Can really help you to pin down and manipulate the positions of enemies. Find yourself, create your own chokeholds basically. And the deeper into concentration you spec, the better you'll find that you can cast stuff like that. I have just noticed we never went all the way down to the end of this passageway. I'm pretty sure there's nothing significant here. We can check it out. Yeah, here we go. So it's just a lizard on the stick. At least we got it. There you go. Lizard on a stick. I never really talked about. It's just a type of food in the game. It's nutrition. It's something that we probably could have fed to our farmer. And yeah, you'll notice that we've also seen all of the underground sections here too. So that's that. Let's head up to the staircase, which is just a moment's away, a couple of corners around, and see where the staircase takes us up. It's always nice when you complete a long dungeon You get to breathe the fresh air. Oh my goodness. And, oh look guys, oh, we're here. Remember I told you we were going to be here? There you go. If we come down here, we can find some of these little guys, which obviously were a big problem before. And now we can just slap about, destroy. Look at how quickly they die now. Probably would be quicker if we got a little bit more lucky. Usually you'll find your team's pretty good, or at least I found this in the previous game. If you're killing enemies through one cycle of everyone's actions, you know that you've got something good going on in your hands. I do believe a strong offense is as good as a strong defense. So, we get a chest. It's locked. It doesn't matter. We got 4 goddamn lockpicks because we searched that dungeon so thoroughly. And here we'll find a buckler. Again, this is great gear for Loto. Look, evasion +2. Slap that on him. Now, this is all great gear, right? But if we had 2 people in the exact same role, like 2 lizard man rogues in front, then they're going to have to start splitting how much they can do. Like, a farmer might seem cool because you can power level him really quickly. You can get him way ahead of everyone else. I'm not really demonstrated that in this videos, but you can. And if you do that, that sounds cool, but you can't have like 4 farmers doing that because there's just not enough food. So there's all these kind of self-balancing things that incentivize you to have a varied team. And that's obviously cool. Gives you more, like, interesting decisions to make as like an RPG. Alright, anyway, so there's that chest. We'll come through here, and we're back out of the Shrine of Fire. And we've got a lockpick, so we could maybe have a look at this lockpick back down here. The game is about to get really awesome, guys. Really awesome. I'm very excited to show you guys this stuff. So, we'll use this lockpick. Really like everything's coming in now. It's coming up us. So, the Embalmer's Shoes. This could go with the Embalmer's Vest before. Protection +2, Vitality +1. Infused with smelly ointments and herbs, these boots help keep an Embalmer's feet tiring out during lengthy rituals. We'll equip them, why not? And we get a Lightning Rod. I'm going to give this over here to Sanon so he can use this in melee when we swap him in front. This thing is an enchanted weapon that does shock damage. So we haven't really learned any air spells. We've not spec'd into it, but we can at least see what they look like using this rod. A rolling thunder can be heard every time this rod moves through the air. Got 25 or a certain amount of charges. It costs 25 energy, and it requires concentration 1 to use, which we've got, which is great. Another cool chest. Thankfully, right now we do have enough gear, enough lockpicks that we don't have to pick and choose between chests and stuff just yet. You know, so we haven't seen any gold keys or particularly powerful things like that just yet. But in we go. Let's lock ourselves in the shrine here. And as the faces asked us to, we have acquired 4 power gems. We will drop each individually on the shrine. 1 at each part of the triangle, 1 in the middle. You don't have to do this. I just like to do this. And... oh, God. Writing appears at the bottom. I don't know how to translate it. We get the essence of fire. Wow, look at this thing. It's weightless. It's kind of a weird quest object here, but okay, so we've got the essence of fire. We did what these guys asked for. But remember, one of these faces said that there were more shrines out there. Well, you may also remember a long time ago, I told you guys that we didn't even have to stay here. I never unveiled this tiny bit of the map here for anyone who's going to be concerned that there was something here. There's nothing here at all, as you can see. I've now unveiled it. There is more to the map. Well, first of all, what were these question marks? This one was the weird message on the sign that we didn't really understand that. That's not going to do anything for us right now. There's also that face that said this was another way out. Again, that's not really relevant to us. But there was over here another exit to the Twigroot Forest. I was really debating for a long time with playing this with you guys. I was like, man, should I show everyone the Twigroot dungeon and all this stuff we've just been doing the past couple of episodes? Or should I come this way first? Maybe there's some cool thing we can skip to. Well, I can show you it now. Here, remember, also, we got a note back down in the dungeon that said, I had more equipment than I could carry, so I buried some of it right between 2 lanterns in the eastern Twigroot Forest. Well, let's get our shovel out. It's been a while. And here we find a treasure. A bunch of experience for everyone. I've heard online that if you make your farmer do the digging, which we are here, Jonker's doing the digging, less time will pass during the transition, but I don't know about that. It'll be a minor little thing. Not only do we have to dig up, though, we have to use a lockpick too. It's okay, we've still got 1 left. We open it, and we get this very cool thing here called the Tome of Leadership. This gives you the party leader trait. Other party members will receive +1 bonus to all of their attributes as long as the party leader is alive. So this thick book is filled with the teachings of legendary generals, enlightened spiritual leaders, and wise sages. So we have to choose sort of now, who do we want our leader to be? Now, you could do it purely from a mechanical standpoint. I like to think of Tikrit as the leader. Not because he's a ratling necessarily, and maybe he's not as smart as the others, but I've always liked the idea of having adventuring parties where it's the archer who ultimately he'll become, or like the ranger who is the leader. You know, I just like that idea. Also, this will boost our 2 frontline people. It won't boost him himself, but I'm kind of okay with that. Everyone else needs a lot of stats at the moment, and really he's okay to just keep pummeling into one skill tree and one type of thing. So, he's going to become our leader. There we go. You notice everyone's health and energy and stuff goes up a little bit. Really cool treasure there. And what we can do is drop the note off back in the chest since we don't need it anymore. I love this because I feel like in real life, anyone that did what we just did, found the buried treasure because of the note, you would probably, just as a sign of respect or something, leave the note in where you get the chest, right? And now think about the perspective of someone who comes here after us. Then they find the chest already opened with the note in it. And I love that idea that maybe there's an RPG where you get to be the guy that comes here after us. And, you know, like, there's all these layers of history, but no one ever really thinks that far, or maybe it would just be a bit too obscure to understand. Anyway, that's the Twig Root Forest done. With the Essence of Fire in hand, we can now head over to the Forgotten River. And there's some interesting stuff here. Did you guys think that maybe you couldn't swim in Grimrock? Well, you can. And there's some pretty big things for us to explore. Oh my god. This castle is the ultimate goal of the next few episodes, we'll put it that way. And there's someone defending it. Didn't the guy riding that look a little bit like the dude we saw in the dungeon a while ago? Huh.